Hello everyone. Today we are going to simulate the NPN BJT common emitter input characteristics. So this is the circuit diagram which is given to us. So we will first set up this circuit diagram in LTSpice. So let me open LTSpice and keep it ready. Okay, so this is the circuit diagram which I've kept over here, and this is my LTSpice window. Fine, let me adjust this slightly. Yeah, so let us begin now. So first of all, I have to go open a new schematic. Then I have to go to components and select NPN transistor and place it onto the screen. And next we have to select the registers. So one register will be here, over here, and another one will be over here. And also will require two power supplies. One is VCC and other is VBB. So let us do that. Let me just adjust this properly in the screen so that we don't have to move up and down again and again. Yeah, so let us proceed now. And now we have to select two voltage sources. So I'll select voltage. So one source I will place it over here, other source I'll place it over here. Okay, now I have to join them with wire. So here are the connections. Very quickly we can do that. Okay, so we have to orient it properly, everything in line. And after the connections, don't forget to add the ground. So we'll take some wire and add it to ground. So here is my simple circuit of common emitter input NPN characteristics. Now there are a few things which we have to do. The first is, let me just slightly scroll it like this. Yeah, so first is we have to rename the supplies. So this is our VBB. Okay, and this is our register RB. Value of register RB we can select as 100 kilo ohms. Now this is my transistor. So for this transistor, I will come back to it. So here I'll click right click and I click on RC, and here the value of RC is 1K, and next is VCC. So this is our VCC. Its value and all we will come back to it. So now what we have to do is, after this there is a procedure written over here that let me just highlight it a little more. Yeah, so select NPN BJT from the component library. That's what we have done. Then we have selected the voltage sources from the library. Yes, done. Then we have to right click on the voltage source, click on advanced, none selected, and click on OK. So we have to right click on the voltage source, click on advanced and select none, because we have to make VBB variable. And next thing is we have to set the VCC source as 10 volt. So this has to be around 10 volt. Okay, this much fine. Now we have to define the, in order to define a NPN parameter beta equal to 100, how to do that? So what we have to do is we have to right click on NPN. So I'll right click on NPN and name it as NPN1. Okay, also for uniqueness, you right click on this Q1 and name it as Q1 underscore your name. Okay, so then what we have to do is we have to add the value of beta. Beta is the parameter of BJT. We have to add it in the model statement of your BJT, because how will BJT come to know whether what beta value it will have? So if you don't specify it, it will take the by default value. So what we have to do is, from the rightmost corner of LTSpice, locate .op, or else what we can do is we can right click. Okay, we can go to draft and we can go to .op over here. Now here we have to write the dot model statement. Okay, now how to write the dot model statement? You write over here dot model. Here it is given. The proper syntax is given over here. Dot model. Next will space npn1 space npn, and how to write beta. Beta is written as bf. So bf is equal to 100. Okay, so this is our simple model statement which we have written. Then once it is complete, click on OK. It will appear on the screen like this. Okay, so here NPN1 is the same name as we have defined, by us. Then NPN, next again NPN is the reserve keyword indicating it's a NPN BJT, and beta equal to 100 means we have to write it as BF equal to 100. This much clear? Okay. So when you click on OK, this statement will appear onto the screen, as you can see over here. So let us go to the next part. So for the input characteristics, we have to label the base, collector and emitter terminals as B, C and E. So what we have to do to label, we have to right click on the wire. Okay. We have to right click on the wire, click on add label, and you can write B, C or E. So here I have written over here. For ground, we no need to give, but still, if we wish to give E, this is collector terminal. So we can rename it as C. This is B and this is E. This is extremely important. Okay. So now this circuit is ready. All the parameters are defined. We have to, get it ready for the simulation. So what we will do is over here, we'll have to go to simulate, click on run. I'm following the procedure on the left hand side. Then next select DC sweep. Okay. In that DC sweep, enter the name of first source as VBB. Okay. The type of sweep will be linear. Here it is written. All the left hand side data you take care. This is 0 and stop value is 2 and in the steps of 0.1. Okay. And then again, we have to go for the second source. This will be VCC. Then this will be linear 0, 10. I'll explain all that, why we are writing that, and click on OK. So as the moment you right click on OK, this statement will appear onto the screen and a blank screen will appear with the x-axis going from 0 to 2. So this statement will appear onto the screen, as you can see. Dot DC VBB 0 to 2. So what is this 0 to 2 means? VBB is varying from 0 to 2 in the steps of 0.1 and VCC is varying from 0 to 10 in the steps of 5. Okay, that's what the meaning is. And yeah, so that's what I've written over here. Then what we have to do is we have to plot the input characteristics. So plotting the input characteristics means what? IB versus VB characteristics. So a blank window will open up with the x-axis going from 0 to 2. Okay, so I can right click on this, click on add trace, and here I will select IB because I have to plot IB versus VB. I'll select IB. See, the name has also come properly and click on OK. Fine. Now here you will observe a graph of, now what do you observe? Is this the graph of IB versus VB? No, it is the graph of IB versus VBB. Okay, VBB is the voltage which we have varied. Fine. Here it is. VBB voltage we have varied from 0 to 2. So here, this is the graph which you see of VB, IB versus VBB. Now, what do we want? We want a graph of IB versus VBE. Okay. And what is your VBE actually? So, but we wish to plot IB versus VB, which will look something like this. I mean, what we are getting right now is this. Okay, this is IB versus VBB, but we have to convert this VBB into VBE. So what do we do is we'll right click on this x-axis. Here instead of VBB, what we will do is we'll write V of B. Okay, now what do you mean by V of B, right? So when you write V of B, it means, see, VBE means, let me show it to you over here. So base emitter voltage, right? Emitter voltage is 0. So what does VBE means? Let me write something over here. Go to draft and go to comment. Yeah. So I want VBE. So can I say VBE is VB minus VE? Correct. So that's what we are doing. We have written the label terminal over here. If I want to plot VBE, that is the voltage at the base terminal and minus the voltage at the emitter terminal. Well, emitter voltage terminal is 0. Okay, VE is 0. So we can write it as VB itself. That's what we are doing over here. That's why on this x-axis, which we got it earlier, let me show it to you again. So again, go to simulate, click on run, and then right click on this, add trace, plot IB. Okay, so this is the graph of IB versus VBB. To convert into VBE, we'll right click on this and we'll change it to V of B. Okay, so this is the graph which we have. Fine, which we got. So Since emitter is grounded, as we have explained over here, since emitter is grounded, that's why we can write VBE as V of B only. Okay, that's why this is the proper graph. Now that is the graph which we appear over here like this. Okay, so this is for VCC equal to 5 volt and this is VCC equal to 10 volt. Fine. So this you can take the print screen of this. Now what you do is open a document of just wait. We have to open a document or Word document. So let me open that Word document. I've kept it ready. So what you do is after you do this, open a Word document, a new Word document from your side. You have to write, of course, you have to write your name and your lab and your date. That you have to do. Just wait, it's coming. So by the time it's loading is what you can do is if your demand is that you have to vary the value of VBE and note down the value of IB, that is what the table means over here. Okay, so yeah, this is come. So for the different values of IB, you will get the values of VBE over here. Okay, these are the values of VBE given over here. Okay, so now next is this is the plot which we got. So as soon as you open that Word document, what you can do is you'll create like this. You can create some stuff like this that you can attach the print screen as well as the output. Here it is. Okay, same way. So I've already done that as a reference. So it is the same thing only. Okay. And now for the calculation part, I mean, we have to note down the reading step by step. We have this table. Okay. So we have this table. This table says that we have to vary the value of VBB in these steps and note down the value of VBE and IB for VCC equal to 0. Now this is the family of curves graph. We are varying the VCC value also. So what is the meaning of writing this 0, 10, 5? It means that VCC is varying from 0 to 10 in the steps of 5. Okay, so hence you get a family of curves like this. But if you want to take the measurements, you have to do it one at a time. So for that, what you need to do is right click over here and remove the second source. Listen carefully, right click and remove the second source. Now we have to externally give the value of VCC. Okay, so let us see. For first value we get VCC equal to 0 volt. For the first value we have VCC equal to 0 volts, and then we have to carry out the calculations. Okay, so let us begin with the calculations for VCC equal to 0. For these values of VBB, we have to note down the value of VBE and IB. Okay, so how to do that? Let me run it again. Let me show you for VCC equal to 0 volt. So for VCC equal to 0 volt, we are getting this curve. Fine. For VCC equal to 0 volt over here, we are getting this graph. Now you can take the print screen of this, but I want to take the measurements, right? So let me show you an example for VCC equal to 1 volt. How to take the measurements. Okay, so this is the graph for VCC equal to 1 volt. So you can take, what you do is you take the print screen. You take the print screen for VCC equal to actually 5 volt. We have to do that, not 1 volt. So we put it over here as 5 volt. Okay, so here it is 5 volt shown over here. And now if I simulate it, this is the plot I'll get. Okay, but I have to do the measurements, right? I have to take this reading. So how will I do that? I'll go back to the schematic, and here I will use the dot measure statement. So I'll right click over here, click on draft, click on spice directive, and start writing the statement. Okay, what is the statement? I have to measure the value of IB, right? I have to measure the value of IB when VBB is 100 millivolt. When VBB is 100 millivolt, and I also have to measure the value of VBE1 or VBE whenever VBB is 100 millivolt again. Okay, and this we have to carry on. So what we will write is dot measure DC, and let's label it as IB1 value. Okay, IB1, and then we'll write find IB of. So remember the current which is coming like this. Let me show you over here. The current which is plotted is in this way. IB of, the label is IB of Q of underscore the name. So here same thing you have to do. I right click over here. So I have to measure that value IB of Q1 underscore the name. And yeah, when VBB is equal to 100 millivolt. Okay. So this will calculate the value of IB when VBB is equal to 100 millivolt. Fine. And if I go to control M and again copy the same statement, now what I will change over here, I'll change just the value of this. I'll change to IB2. These are the variables. It will store the value of current IB in IB2 now. And this VBB, I will make it as 200 millivolt. Okay. Similarly, I'll copy these two lines and I do control M and I'll similarly change the values to IB3 and IB4. And then I'll make it as after 200, we have 300 and then 500. Then again, I'll copy this 4 lines, do control M. And in next plot, I'll make it as IB4, IB5, IB6, IB7, and then IB8. Okay. So here after 500, we have 600 and then we have 800 and then we have 1 volt and 2 volt. Here it is. Okay. So these are the values which we are getting. Let me show it to you now. Okay. So what these statements will do, it will fill up these values of IB for VBB corresponding these values. Okay. Now let me copy this statement around somewhere around here again. So next is we have to calculate VBE, right? So let me copy the statements and paste it over here. So here what modifications I have to do? Now I have to measure VBE. Okay. So instead of IB1, I'll write VBE1 and I have to find V of B. Okay. So here I will change it to find V of B, capital B. Okay. Here I'll delete all the statements. I'll copy the first. So what this statement is doing is, this statement will give you the value, all the values of VBE for these values of VBB. Okay. So I have copied this statement and I'll do control M and I'll copy it over here. This is VBE2. Then I'll find the value of VB at 200 millivolt. Okay. And then again, I copy these two statements. I'll do control M, control V. I'll just change the variable name 3 and 4. And VBE values has to be 300 and 500. Okay. Then again, I have to do control M dot measure DC. Oh, sorry. I will copy the statements instead of writing it now. I'll copy this 4 statements. Again, I'll do control M and I'll do control V. So here I'll change the variables to 5, VB5, VB6, VB7, and VB8. Okay. And correspondingly, the values over here will be 600. This will be 800. This will be 1 millivolt, 1 volt, and this will be 2 volt over here. Okay. And I click on OK. So what these statements will do, this will fill up these values, VB values for the different values of VBB. And this measure statement will fill up the values of IB. So let us see that now. So I'll click on simulate. I'll click on run. I'll get the same graph, right? But in this addition to this, I'm filling this table up. Directly, I'm filling this table up for VCC equal to 5 volt, let's say. Okay. So I will go to view. I'll go to Spice error log. You see all the values I'm getting over here. So these are all the values for VCC equal to 5 volt. You know, these are the values of IBs at VBB. So this last number which you see is VBB value. And here, these are all the values of VBE. Okay, as you can see, these are the variables it is storing. VBE1 to VBE8, IB1 to IB8. Okay, so similarly, now what you have to do is, now you got for one value. Now, now you take the print screen and keep it ready like this. You write VCC equal to 5, take the print screen of the circuit and take the print screen of the graph. Fine. So you can take this Spice netlist print screen separately, or you can merge it with the graph if the graph is not been cut. Okay, and then repeat the same procedure for VCC equal to 10 volt. Here it is. Let me show you quickly. So I'll right click over here, VCC equal to 10 volt, and I simulate it. Very simple. I'll got the graph. Now already the statements are written. I'll just go to spice error log, and here are the values. See, so easy it is. Okay, so that all the values are fitting in the screen if you're taking the print screen like this. Fine. So this is the way you can complete the entire table, and you can print take on go on taking the print screens for VCC equal to 10 volt also. Okay, so what we have to do, I have started with common emitter NPN input characteristics. So first we have got this the general graph. Then we did it for VCC equal to 0. What will be the graph like along with the calculations? So here are the calculated values. So basically we are filling up this table. Okay, so all these values are a part of it. Fine. So this is how you complete the input characteristics of common emitter, NPN BJT. So very shortly, we are starting with NPN output characteristics. Any doubt, anyone? Okay. Okay. So we'll wait for a few seconds and then we'll begin with the output characteristics.